And I came back from Lagos to Port Harcourt by road on Friday, and on Saturday we went to vote. On Tuesday, I got my approval letters from IRCC that I've gotten my visas, and immediately that night I had to book my flights to Canada because my session was starting April 2nd. Yeah,
Yep.
so I booked my flight for April 1st, and I landed in Halifax April 2nd. No sleep.
Oh,
Landed in my apartment. The next morning, immediately I went to school. Did all my registrations, met with my instructors, and got into school. Lo and behold, we were offered the scholarship,
nice.
and that was how everything happened. And I've been in Halifax, been in Nova Scotia. I did the program was for 10 months as at the time. That was April 2023 to January 2024. Graduated on the 5th of January, and there's something I always tell people, like, if you want to jackpot and you need to do your visa applications, man, don't sleep on it. Do your things. Like, if they tell you want to apply for this visa, immediately go do it. If there's something you need to be done, don't procrastinate. Get it done, because, man, with the way immigration is globally, a lot of things are changing, man. Lots of things are changing. So I graduated on the 5th of January. When I went to my graduation, even my instructors were laughing at me, like, Collins, stop harassing us for your certificate. I'm like, man, give me my certificate. I need to go and apply for my nomination like today. Give me my certificate. The instructors were making just like, man, Collins just came to this graduation to get his certificate. I'm like, so I got my certificate, I got my nomination. It took me about 2 weeks to get my provisional nomination. I did that, and I applied for my closed work permit, because I got a job offer, with a care home, a long-term care facility. I got a closed work permit for 2 years. And another interesting thing is my work permit was approved in 5 days.
Wow.
5 business days. Like, all my applications with IRCC, I don't know what has been happening, but everything just goes so swift, like very fast. I got that in 5 days. I applied for my permanent residency on the 1st of February 2024. Exactly 6 months. On the 2nd of August 2024, my permanent residency was approved in Canada. And like I usually tell my friend, I'm like, right now my eyes is on the next goalpost, which is my citizenship, and I'm already working towards that right now. So, like, it's just what it is. Like, once you get here, or if you're coming, stay focused. Do what you need to do. Keep your eyes on the ball, because you know why you're investing so much. To want to come to Canada. To want to do the CC program. And if I may say, like, when I was coming to Canada to do the CC program, I was a bit scared. Coming to do care. And when I came in, I got a job as a student. Basically, you have like 20 hours, to work weekly. So I was working as a casual, and I started with home care. Then I got a long-term care facility job, and I got to love care. Like, really, really got to love care. I'm not missing was basically because you can see the real value of what you're doing. Like, you're really impacting people that need these things.
Yeah.
You understand? And I usually talk to my cousin, I'm like, why can't the Nigerian government, why can't we have something like this, like a system like this, working, in Nigeria? Because I mean, it's amazing with the way the things are organized here, and when you work, and people really appreciate the families of these seniors you work with. When they come around to see their parents, they see them looking good, they really appreciate you guys. They buy us chocolates, they buy us cake. White people, they don't dash money, but you can really see that. You can really see that they appreciate what you do for them. So it's an amazing experience. Yeah, it's work. Could be difficult, it could be hard. Sometimes you could get emotional when you see your favorite resident pass on, but
Okay,
it's a fulfilling job.
I'm going
Yeah.
to interrupt you. I just want to ask you some questions. I want to here so that our viewers here can just hear them. So the application process in general, how was it like for you? I know you've done like a summary for us, but I want to break it down in bits. How was the application?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, I did all my applications myself. So when I came in as a student, I came with a study permit. I applied for a study permit from Nigeria. So coming in, you get a study permit and you get a co-opt work permit, because part of your program means you have to go for mentorships and placements, and you need your work permit to be able to do all of that, and to also work as a student because you need to earn income to support yourself while you're here. So, but I didn't come with my family in the first place. I came alone on the study permit, and 6 months into my program, I remember, was it 6 or 5? I applied for a visit visa for my wife and my kids, and amazingly, it was approved in 3 months. So they came in December 1st, 2023. That was just about a month to my graduation. They came in. So while they were here, graduated from school, got a job offer. My employers, basically the same people I was working with while I was a student, they just basically offered me a full-time position because I'd worked with them for like 7 months before my graduation. And with that job offer, funny enough, they were also gracious to extend the job offer to my wife. And because, although she was even here on a visit visa, so they extended the job offer to her. We approached the provincial government, the provincial immigration government, and we applied for your provincial nomination. So when you apply for your provincial nomination and it's approved, part of the requirements basically is you need a job offer, you need English language test, IELTS, CELPIP. I already had IELTS. I and my wife already had IELTS from Nigeria because we were trying to use the express entry to come to Canada before this Victor introduced me to this opportunity. So we had IELTS that had not expired. So I didn't have to write that again. But a lot of my classmates, they did CELPIP because I think they found CELPIP was a little bit comfortable for them, you know. Yeah, so you need your English test, your job offer, and there are some paperwork your employer would basically need to give to you. Yeah, and you need some proof of funds in your bank accounts, basically. Yeah, definitely. That's they love proof of funds. Canada loves proof of funds. So you need yeah, so you need that. So when you get nominated by the province will give you two letters. They'll give you two letters. They'll give you a letter of support to apply for a 2 years work permit, and they'll give you a letter of nomination. Now, with your letter of nomination and your letter of support, you first of all have to go and apply for a work permit, a 2 years closed work permit. Reason being because they want you to be able to go back and work while you wait for your permanent residency to be approved. You know, they want you to be able to do that. At the same time, once you apply for your work permit and your work permit is approved, it usually doesn't take long. That process usually doesn't take long. You can immediately apply for your permanent residency. You don't have to go through the express entry pool. You don't have to do any of that. You just go to the PRO website, you know, on our RCC platform, and you apply for your permanent residency as a provincial nominee. You do that, and so at the time I applied, although mine took six months, a couple of my classmates took between 6 months and 1 year. And I know the timelines are changing now because of all the changes in immigration policies and all that. But yeah.
Okay, thank you. What was your first Canada? You got to Canada. What was the first thing that just came to your mind? Like, oh, culture shock. What was your first impression?
My first culture shock was in Paris. Wasn't even in Canada. When I was in Paris, when I was transiting in Paris, you know, like at the point I had to look at, I was like, this is my first time leaving Africa, like leaving Nigeria, leaving Africa. I was like, wow. Like I could see the environment, I could see the change. I'm like, wow. So when I got to Canada, the first culture shock was from the airport. When I stepped out from the terminal, the cold. I think the night I landed, it was like 2 degrees, you know, and I came out of the airport, I ran back inside, like, I was like, wow, you know. So I had to go back inside, put on my winter jacket and everything, got a taxi from the airport to take me to my apartment where I was going to stay. And that morning when I had to go to school, I wanted to use an Uber, but I couldn't use my regular debit card, you know, on my Uber app, you know, so that didn't work. And the first culture shock in Canada was getting used to the transportation system, because right now Google Map is your friend, because you need to know what time the buses are coming. Yeah. You need to be at the bus stop before the buses get there. And when you get on the bus, you need a bus pass, or you need to buy like a ticket to get on the bus. And trust me, the transportation system is very, very efficient here. Like the buses, they come on time, the buses are neat, you know, like things just work. Like there's no traffic, you know, things work, you know. And I used to joke with my friends when I go to Canada, like I used to play with them. I was like, man, if you come to Canada, even if you want to commit suicide by jumping into the roller, motor hits you. Motor will not agree to hit you because people will stop for you to cross. Like they will stop, they will wait, you will take your time and walk across the road. Like it is that structured. Once you on the zebra crossing, any vehicle coming stops for you and you cross. So I used to joke with my friend then back in Nigeria, like, if you're planning to commit suicide by jumping into the road, let a vehicle hit you, you're not going to succeed because no vehicle will hit you. So those are like part of my culture shock coming to Canada. Yeah.
All right. So when you got to the college, what was the experience like for you? Other international students? How did you blend in?
So during my set, we were about 24 of us, right? When they see the reality of this program and the job they have to do, they can become rude, they can become upset, and you know, and also such. So you need to educate yourself, know what you're coming to do, and be ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing I would say. Of course, I've recommended it for several people, And another mistake I see those people make is they procrastinate.
Yeah.
Yeah, they procrastinate. Like, they get the admission, go and apply for your visa, they start deferring their school admission. I have friends, colleagues from my previous bank who, all things being equal, are even supposed to be in Canada right now. But because of this deferring of admission, I think we'll see if you want to come to Canada, just come. Don't think, oh, I don't have money for proof of funds yet. Those things will work themselves out. Just keep planning, keep hustling. They work themselves out. By the time you start deferring your admission, you are just setting yourself up because RSS will wake up tomorrow and just change one policy and you are stuck. So just do it and come. So advice is do your research. It's good and fine to work with an immigration consultant, excellent, but personally do your own research. Know what you're coming to do. Know what you're going to do. Yeah,
Oh,
that's what I'm.
thank
Yeah.
you so much for expressing us with transparency. At least I think one of the things that I picked from whatever it is, all the things that you have said rather, is that you have to know what you're doing, you have to stay focused, and then you have to
Stay focused. Very important. Stay
turn
focused.
to our team. Thank you so much. Victor, over to you. Can I ask you questions?
Well, it depends on if I have any more thing to say.
You has literally said every single thing.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
very insightful. Thank you so much, Collins. Okay, so if you're watching us right now, next week we have another live session, another guest. Drum rolls. We're not going to mention the name of the guest or mention what she currently does, but hint, she's currently in Canada as well. Yeah, we'll give other details on our community group. If you're not on our community group, please send a DM to me, start with FM Nigeria. I'll respond to you and I'll send the details of the community group where we'll send all of the information to you. Once again, name of our agency is Study with FM. We help with university applications, visa applications as well. We can get you tuition discounts for the CCA program. That's the Continuing Care Assistant program. We can help you with your university. With the application and then with the visas at no cost. We would help you with that in the beginning at no cost. So you can send us a DM. I would respond, or our front desk officer will definitely respond to you. Collins, thank you. Thank you. It was really great having you here. Victor, thank you.
It's a pleasure being here.
So we'll be having a physical event for the sake of those that are currently on this live and are in Ibadan. We'll be having a physical event at our Ibadan office. Victor is going to be present. So you will have the opportunity to hear directly from Victor that helped Collins achieve his dreams. So you don't want to miss out. He's on the 2nd of August, like I said, in our Ibadan office. We've already taken about 40 minutes, so we'll just call it an evening. Thank you once again, Collins. Thank you, Victor. If you have any questions, please send a DM to study_Nigeria. That's this particular page that is hosting this live, and we'll respond to you as soon as we can. Thank you, everyone, and good night. Thank you, Collins. Thank you.
Thanks for having me. Have a good